What if the first sensations you experience upon waking are actually your body's way of warning you something is wrong? As we get older, it's easy to dismiss morning symptoms like tingling limbs, brain fog, or mild chest discomfort as harmless or simply caused by a bad night's sleep or lack of hydration. However, these early signs may be more serious than they appear. In fact, your body could be trying to alert you to a dangerous health condition the moment you wake up. This video highlights 5 critical morning symptoms that demand immediate attention. These aren't mild inconveniences or signals to keep an eye on later. They are urgent red flags, particularly for individuals over 60. From warning signs of a possible stroke to early indicators of heart trouble, knowing what to look for could prevent a severe medical emergency. Spotting these symptoms early and taking the right steps can make all the difference in avoiding long-term consequences or even saving someone's life. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to act quickly and appropriately if you or a loved one experiences these warning signs. Let's take a closer look at the 5 symptoms you should never ignore first thing in the morning. Sign number 1, sudden weakness on one side of the body. Waking up with sudden weakness or numbness on just one side of your body is a critical warning that must never be overlooked. Although it might be easy to assume it's due to sleeping awkwardly or a limb falling asleep, this kind of abrupt one-sided weakness is often a key early sign of a stroke. Many people don't realize that strokes commonly happen during sleep, which means you could already be in the midst of a serious medical emergency by the time you wake up. A stroke occurs when the blood flow to a part of the brain is blocked, either by a clot or bleeding. Since certain brain regions control movement on one side of the body, a stroke can cause symptoms like a heavy arm, an unresponsive leg, or an uneven facial appearance. These symptoms might be subtle or more obvious, but they are never just normal signs of aging. Instead, they are urgent signals that require immediate medical help. Take the example of Henry, a 76-year-old retired teacher from Michigan. One morning, he woke with a heavy feeling in his left arm. Thinking it was just from how he had slept, he didn't worry at first. However, his wife soon noticed his speech was slightly slurred and his smile was uneven, clear signs of a stroke. She called emergency services right away. Henry had suffered a mild stroke during the night, but because they acted quickly, he got prompt treatment and fully recovered through physical therapy. Henry's story shows why recognizing these symptoms quickly is so important. If you wake up and notice weakness or numbness on one side of your body, especially your face, arm, or leg, don't wait to see if it improves. Stay calm, but act fast. Call emergency services and get checked by a doctor immediately. It's always better to be safe and find out it's nothing than to delay and face serious, potentially permanent damage. Morning weakness on one side isn't just discomfort, it's a serious alert from your body. Don't ignore it. Quick action could save your life. Sign number 2, difficulty speaking or slurred speech. Imagine waking up and sitting on your bed, trying to say hello to your partner, or even speak a few simple words to yourself only, to realize your speech isn't coming out right. Your words might be slurred, your tongue feels heavy, or you struggle to form a clear sentence. That frustrating moment when your mouth doesn't seem to work with your mind is more than just morning grogginess. It could be your brain signaling a serious issue. Sudden difficulty speaking is a critical early sign of a stroke. Similar to weakness on one side of the body, speech problems can begin during sleep and only become noticeable when you try to talk. It's not always just about slurred speech. Sometimes, you might know exactly what you want to say but find yourself unable to get the words out, or you may accidentally say the wrong words without realizing it. This gap between your thoughts and your ability to speak can be confusing and frightening. Language functions are controlled by specific areas in the brain, and when a stroke disrupts these regions, your capacity to speak, understand, or express yourself can be instantly affected. That's why any sudden change in speech, even if it seems minor, should never be ignored. Immediate medical attention is essential. Quick action could prevent lasting speech difficulties and improve the chances of a full recovery. Consider Marilyn's experience. an 82-year-old grandmother from Arizona. During a regular phone call with her daughter, Marilyn's speech became slow and her words sounded jumbled. Although Marilyn insisted she felt fine, her daughter didn't dismiss the signs and rushed her to the hospital. Marilyn had experienced a mild stroke, but thanks to the prompt response, she regained normal speech after therapy with no serious damage. Marilyn's story emphasizes how vital it is to pay attention to speech changes. A slight slur or mixed-up sentence might seem harmless, but it could be your brain's urgent call for help. If you or a loved one suddenly struggles to speak clearly, especially in the morning, don't hesitate. Seek medical care immediately. Trust your instincts because you know your voice best. Sign number 3, sudden changes in vision. You wake up expecting to see the gentle morning light, but something feels wrong. Perhaps one side of your vision is blurry, or there's a dark spot lingering in your peripheral view. This isn't the usual morning fuzziness or a brief blur that clears after a few blinks. It feels different. If you find yourself squinting, tilting your head to focus, or even accidentally bumping into objects you usually avoid, your body might be sending a critical warning. Sudden vision problems, especially right after waking, can signal a serious issue like a stroke. While many associate strokes with difficulties in movement or speech, they can also affect the parts of the brain responsible for sight. When blood flow to areas like the occipital lobe or optic nerve is blocked, it can cause blurred vision, double vision, or even partial loss of sight in one eye. These changes are often painless, making them easy to ignore. Many older adults might mistake these symptoms for normal aging or a rough night's sleep, but dismissing them can be dangerous. If your vision suddenly changes, especially if it affects only one eye or one side, don't ignore it. Vision-related strokes can be sneaky, without the obvious signs like slurred speech or facial drooping, but they are just as serious. Take Carl's story, for example. Carl, a 76-year-old from Michigan, woke one morning to find a gray blur on the right side of his vision. He assumed his glasses were dirty and cleaned them, but the problem persisted. His wife encouraged him to seek medical care, and doctors discovered he had suffered a minor stroke affecting his brain's visual center. Thanks to prompt treatment, much of Carl's vision returned within weeks. Had he delayed, the consequences could have been severe. Acting fast is vital. It's natural to worry about overreacting, but when it comes to sudden vision changes, trust your instincts. This isn't just sleep in your eyes, it could be your body's urgent call for help. Don't ignore it. Get medical help immediately. Quick response can save your sight and your life. Sign number 4, sudden loss of balance or coordination. Imagine waking up and stepping out of bed, only to feel as if the ground beneath you has shifted unexpectedly. You find yourself stumbling, wobbling, or grabbing onto nearby furniture just to keep from falling. Your legs might feel weaker than usual, or your steps don't land where you expect. It's easy to brush this off as just morning stiffness or grogginess, but sudden difficulty with balance could be a serious warning from your body. This kind of unsteadiness might be an early sign of a stroke, a brain hemorrhage, or a transient ischemic attack TIA, commonly called a mini-stroke. These events disrupt the brain's ability to coordinate movement, making you feel like your natural sense of balance has disappeared. The problem is that many people ignore these symptoms, thinking they simply got up too quickly or slept awkwardly. But if your balance feels off without any clear reason, it's important to take it seriously. Balance depends on a complex interaction between your brain, eyes, muscles, and inner ear. Even a small blood clot or a temporary interruption in blood flow can upset this system, causing sudden instability. Unlike weakness limited to one limb, loss of balance affects your whole body. You might feel dizzy, lightheaded, or experience the sensation that the room is spinning. When these symptoms come on suddenly and without explanation, it's a strong signal that something neurological could be wrong. Losing your balance can also impact your confidence and sense of security. Many people start moving cautiously, clutching furniture for support, or even avoid walking altogether out of fear of falling. This fear can lead to social isolation, reduced physical activity, and depression, increasing the risk of other health problems over time. Take Walter's experience, a 76-year-old man from Oregon. One morning, he got out of bed and immediately stumbled into his closet door. Although he wasn't dizzy and hadn't tripped, he just couldn't maintain his balance. His wife urged him to seek medical help, and doctors diagnosed a mini stroke. Because they acted quickly, Walter received treatment that prevented a more serious stroke later. If your balance suddenly feels off, don't dismiss it. Trust your instincts. Prompt action can mean the difference between early treatment and long-term complications. Your body often gives subtle warnings before things worsen. Listen closely. Sign number 5, chest tightness or pressure upon waking. You wake up feeling an unusual heaviness in your chest. It's not a sharp or stabbing pain, but rather a deep, pressing sensation like something is firmly pressing down on your chest or a tight band is wrapped around your upper body. Some describe it as a squeezing feeling or a strange fullness. You sit up, hoping it will fade, perhaps blaming it on how you slept or thinking it might just be indigestion. However, this is not a symptom to ignore. Experiencing chest discomfort upon waking can be a serious warning sign of a heart attack, especially in older adults. Mornings are a particularly vulnerable time for heart problems. When you wake up, your body releases more stress hormones, your blood thickens slightly, and your heart rate increases. If you already have plaque buildup in your arteries, these natural changes can trigger a cardiac event. In fact, many heart attacks happen between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m., just as your day begins. What makes this symptom so dangerous is how subtle it can be. Contrary to dramatic movie scenes where someone clutches their chest and collapses, a heart attack might start with mild tightness, burning, or discomfort that radiates to the jaw, back, or left arm. You might also experience unusual fatigue, nausea, shortness of breath, or just a general feeling that something isn't right. If these sensations come on suddenly and don't subside within a few minutes, immediate action is crucial. Don't wait to see if it goes away. Many people, especially older men, hesitate to seek help out of fear of overreacting or causing unnecessary alarm. But when it comes to heart problems, delaying care can be life-threatening. Acting quickly can reduce heart damage and greatly increase the chances of a full recovery. Take Frank's story, a 72-year-old retired mechanic from West Virginia. One morning, he woke with chest tightness and thought it was indigestion from the chili he ate the night before. But after 20 minutes and a tingling sensation in his arm, he called 911. That call saved his life. He was having a heart attack, and early medical intervention limited the damage. If you wake with chest pressure, discomfort, or pain, don't lie back down or wait. Be proactive. Your heart and those who care about you depend on it. Final thoughts. Every morning, we expect to wake up feeling normal and unchanged. But as we age, our bodies often begin sending quieter, more subtle signals, especially in those first moments after waking. A slight twitch, an unusual sensation, chest tightness, or brief confusion might seem insignificant, yet these small signs can carry profound meaning for our health. Paying attention to them could be the difference between timely medical care and a serious, potentially life-threatening event. This isn't about living in fear, it's about being informed, confident, and proactive about your health. No one wants to call emergency services for something that turns out to be nothing. But what if it isn't nothing? What if that chest pressure or unexpected loss of balance is the only warning before a major issue arises? After all the years you've spent building a meaningful life, you deserve to protect it with knowledge, urgency, and no hesitation. We've talked about 5 key signs to watch for when you wake up: facial drooping, chest discomfort, sudden confusion, difficulty speaking or walking, and severe dizziness. These symptoms aren't everyday aches or pains. They could be warning signals that something serious is going on. Acting quickly can save your life or prevent lasting damage. Many people delay seeking help, not because they don't care, but because they feel unsure or don't want to overreact. But taking your health seriously isn't overreacting, it's brave. It shows self-respect and consideration for those who love you. Think of all the important moments still to come: a child's wedding, holiday gatherings, peaceful walks through changing seasons. These moments deserve the healthiest version of you. So tomorrow morning and every morning after, pause for a moment when you wake. Notice how you feel. If something feels off even just a little, trust your instincts. Your body has carried you through every stage of life. It knows when something isn't right. Listen carefully. Take action. And give yourself the best chance to enjoy many more healthy, meaningful days ahead. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it. Your feedback means a lot and keeps us motivated to bring you more helpful content. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support allows us to continue creating content that educates and inspires. We truly appreciate you being here, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.